Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. How's it going, y'all? I'm back, and time for another daily Idea Diary. So, yeah, I'm halfway done with my book that I got yesterday. I guess what's new? I'm investing in fresh flowers. I figured out a trick to get fresh flowers at a reasonable price. And I don't know, there's something, I've never been a flower person, but there's something that is giving me, I don't know, good energy or something that's telling me that, I don't know if it's like going to bring good luck. There's some positive things happening when I think about having a little tiny bouquet of fresh flowers on my desk. So I'm doing it, and I'm keeping it cheap and reasonably priced. I don't like to waste money on frivolous stuff, but have a feeling that it's not frivolous, and I figured out a good way to do it. So, what are the topics today? I recently was reminded about giving. I kind of had taken that off my mind for some reason. Giving does not have to be donations. It doesn't have to be financial. You can give a skill or advice or a show or some type of free digital art, or there's a million things you can give for free, and that they can be helpful and they can be unique to you. And I don't know, I keep a big kind of a goal sheet with all my goals. So I kind of just, I don't really have a, what is it called? I don't really do, what are those things where you collage? You get a magazine and you cut out all the pictures you like, you make a collage. I'm like, my head keeps saying mind map, but that's not what it's called. A vision board. So I don't really have a vision board. But I do, I guess, kind of do that. I kind of have my main goals are always on my desk, easy to grab, easy to have a conversation about, or kind of, just kind of refresh. Like, because when you're a person that has a lot of million ideas, and I've really learned how to say no to things that are holding me back from getting what I really want done. I'm not perfect yet. I still have some annoying, it's not annoying, but just things where I say I'll do them, but I really shouldn't. But, you know, all those, sometimes those things I learn something, and I get something out of that too, where I end up doing busy work stuff that, I don't know, somehow everything pans out okay. But I'm fully aware of the things that I should say no about. I will say yes to things if I'm learning something. I feel like if I'm helping somebody and I'm learning something, that's a win-win. But, and if I can do it in a reasonable amount of time. But I do kind of have a sort of just layout of all my goals and things that I want to accomplish, even if they're 10-year goals or 20 years from now goals. It's a lot of stuff, but I have it all in one sheet, and I can look at it, and maybe about I kind of write all over it if I'm adding stuff or taking stuff away or I'm changing my mind about something. But I like this approach. Just putting every single goal on one page. I mint cardstock when I print things. But yeah, so a one-page goal vision board, which I don't like that word because it's not really that. I don't know. It's really just like a reminder sheet of what's important, what are the goals, what am I forgetting, what's realistic right now. And I have a small commercial property with some of my high school friends. And we had an idea to do this one thing at maybe a year or two ago. And kind of nothing happened, kind of worked at it, but then dropped the idea. But then somebody brought it up again. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to put that in my brain and see if I can. It's not a bad idea to think about it again. It was definitely something that were thinking about before the shutdowns and everything. But, maybe it's something to consider again. So that might go back on the list. I don't know. But, yeah, just a reminder to keep your goals close and always available to see. A reminder to give skills or help or advice. Give something, and it does not have to be money. So I've been reading that book that I got yesterday. I'm halfway done, so but I wanted to film this before it got too late. So I feel like I'm kind of in a weird book mode, but I wanted to get this out, so I don't know. It seemed important to me. Let's see. So I'm having a mental shift of some kind when it comes, there's the giving part where you want to give stuff away to help the world in some way. But then there's also that, when you're younger, you kind of work for free. You might, build an app for free because you want to see if you can do it. And then that kind of helps you maybe get a client job or build the next thing. If you're opening a restaurant of some kind, you might work for free. Like the whole work for free thing is, I don't know, I'm kind of, because I used to feel like, yeah, you got to do some work for free to have something be successful. But I'm listening to some podcasts and things where when people got investors, it was just kind of out the gate. Everyone had salaries. And a couple years ago, I opened a little retail shop. And I thought, I'm just going to work it. And, if there's a reason to ever have an employee, then I'll do it. But I'm just going to kind of work on the computer and sell, kind of like an art gallery type of thing. And then I would just sell my artwork or different things that I made or gifts. But I would have kind of open hours. So it was noon to 7. Those were my hours. I felt like that was totally doable for me to do by myself. And I would have my office, but it would also be open to the public situation. And I'd have open hours for people to kind of come in, discover me, buy stuff, kind of something to count on for cool gifts or something. It was just something to try. And I did it pretty much minimal cost. honest, I figured it out. So I did it for a whole year and I was open. But after that experience, I kind of realized, you really, if you have a retail spot of some kind, and I learned the value of having a minimum wage employee, but I also learned the value is if you're going to open a business and you want to be the one that's working there, it's very hard to work a minimum wage job and grow. So once I realized that experience, I thought, okay, if I'm ever gonna have a sort of startup that has a storefront of any kind, there has to be a budget out the gate for a minimum wage employee to greet customers or do whatever needs to happen for that business to be open daily. So, felt like that was pretty solid of an idea. But now when it comes to building different things, I'm starting to think that, I guess you can think of the idea for free and kind of round up your team of people that are going to work on it for free. But I think when it comes to executing something, there might be something to the expectations of the key players. If they're going to work on something, they might need to get, if there is like an expectation to get paid out the gate, that could possibly make the whole process of actually having a profitable company happen faster. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But it was just kind of an idea that I had as I was thinking about, I was just listening to this podcast about this one company that had started, and I'm going to listen to that particular podcast again and make some notes because I feel like there's a lot of takeaways and awesome things that could be helpful to me. And I feel like if I watch it again while I'm taking notes and maybe jot some things down, and then I'll have a whole new episode of something valuable to share with you guys. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, maybe no more free work. And maybe that's unrealistic, but I feel like there might be something to that. And it's not to be stingy with your time, but it's possibly to make projects gain more momentum faster, bigger, faster, better. And it's just a thought. It's going inside my brain right now. Another thing, so I'm still thinking about the value of social media to an everyday person's life that's has a business or doesn't have a business. I'm starting to think that Facebook and all these Instagram, they should pay you to post. I feel like the days of free blogging and free contributing to their platform to make it better and entertaining. I feel like we thought we were getting something for free, but really, they can't survive without us. So why not get a cut? It might not be tons of money, but what if it was the more you could post, the more money you could make? It's similar to medium.com, or there was kind of a platform that was doing that. I can't think of the name right now. But in their payment was a cryptocurrency type of thing. I feel like, what was it? Sort of like Steam, but it wasn't Steam. I just can't think of it right now. I'll think of it. But, yeah, if there's something you could get, even coupons, like grocery coupons or something, I feel like there needs these Facebook, these Instagrams, all the social media platforms that don't really give you anything for adding to their platform, I think it's got to change. Or people have to say, if I'm going to do social media, if I'm going to blog my life, I'm going to monetize it. I got to figure out if you're going to spend the time doing it, and there's tons of people making money off it, I feel like there's a way that you would kind of be foolish to just post stuff for free. I don't know. I know I'm thinking a lot about making money. I know everything's not about that, but it's just where my mind is today. So I think we've hit 15 minutes, and I'm going to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for coming back. It is Monday, the 13th of July, 2020. And I guess I will see you tomorrow. And I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.